welcome to the eFresh.com Fish and Seafood News. Today is the 7th of October. My name is Kim and these are this week's headlines. Defense told to clean up toxic spill. Indonesia unable to meet shrimp export. Spain steps up to release fishermen. Positive signs for exports. Seafood market work set to begin. Queensland environmental authorities have issued the Australian Defence Force with a notice to clean up a creek west of Brisbane after high levels of chemicals were found in it. High concentrations of chromium, cadmium, mercury, and nickel were found last month in Worrell Creek, near the Amberley RAAF base. Department of Environment and Resource Management senior official Dr. Glenn Brown said checks had shown the contamination stemmed from the sewage treatment plant in Amberley. But an investigation found no obvious impact on fish or other species. Authorities have already warned locals not to drink or enter the water in Worrell Creek. Dr. Brown said people were advised to stay away from Worrell Creek until a full investigation had been completed. The industrial waste flows have stopped in September. Indonesia is on average unable to meet up to 30% of the shrimp export orders it receives due to shortages in supply from its shrimp breeding community. The chairman of the Indonesian National Fisheries Society quoted, "We have a problem with domestic shrimp cultivation, so that we as exporters often face supply shortages." He said Indonesia's fishery export performance had not improved significantly after the global financial crisis. He said overseas demand for Indonesian shrimp was estimated at 50,000 tons, and Indonesia was not able to meet 30% of the demanded volume. It was estimated that about 3 trillion rupiah worth of shrimp export deals failed to be carried out in 2009. The Spanish government is stepping up efforts to obtain the release of 36 fishermen whose vessel was seized by Somali pirates on Friday, Defense Minister Carmen Chacon said Monday. The government was stepping up military, diplomatic, and intelligence efforts, Chacon said. The MS Alakrana was hijacked when fishing in the Indian Ocean and taken to near the Somali coast. Several aircraft of the European Union's anti-piracy Operation Atlanta were monitoring the vessel. The Spanish Navy also captured 2 of the 13 pirates when they left the Alakrana on a smaller boat over the weekend. The Spanish authorities have rejected requests from fishing companies to place Marines on board fishing vessels. The government said the companies could hire private guards if they wanted to. Vietnam's export volume saw an increase of 3.5% in September, reaching $4.7 billion in revenue, reported the General Statistics Office. Apart from crude oil, which fell by 45.6%, almost every other exported product has kept pace with previous years. Thanks to successfully penetrating the global market, a number of agricultural products saw a strong increase, such as pepper with 52%. In the first 9 months of the year, the excess of imports over exports was $6.54 billion. Key items that Vietnam imported were oil, electronics, computers, spare parts, and pharmaceuticals. Construction of a state-owned central seafood marketing facility next to the Eastern Shore Farmers Market is set to begin within weeks after more than a decade of planning. Jim Stern, manager of the Eastern Shore Farmers Market, said this week that a request for bids to build the market will go out by late October or early November after finishing touches are put on architectural plans. The market will feature warehouse storage, coolers, and 2 blast freezers, used to quickly freeze seafood when the catch is abundant so it can be sold later when prices are higher. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com Fish and Seafood News. See you next time.